So jQuery is a JavaScript library. jQuery is a JavaScript library. JavaScript library, and it is is used to much easier to use JavaScript on your websites. Okay, so jQuery is a JavaScript library, and jQuery is implemented using JavaScript. So jQuery is a library, so which contains the number of functions written in JavaScript. jQuery is a library, and it contains the number of functions written in JavaScript. Okay, that is called jQuery library. So the main purpose of jQuery is to make it much easier to use JavaScript on our websites. So jQuery is a lightweight and do more. Okay, lightweight and do more JavaScript library. JS library. Okay, so we can write little bit code. jQuery. Okay, jQuery is a lightweight and do more functionality, do more library. So we can write little bit code for any functionality, and jQuery is a fast JavaScript library. jQuery is a fast JavaScript library. So jQuery simplifies HTML document traversing. jQuery simplifies HTML document traversing, event handling, okay, and animations, and Ajax, okay, and more features is there. Okay, first DOM manipulation. So JavaScript jQuery DOM manipulation. So jQuery made it easy to select DOM elements. jQuery made it easy to select HTML or DOM elements. DOM or HTML elements. So traverse them and modifying their content by using cross-browser open source selector. So to select any text box value, okay, to get text box value using jQuery, so we can write like this: dollar symbol hash txt name text box id dot val. So this is the simple statement to get text box value using jQuery. Same statement in JavaScript. So we need to use where text value equal to document dot get element by id txt name, so text box id dot value. Okay, this is the statement to get text box value in JavaScript. So this is the main difference. So using jQuery we can write less code, and the jQuery is fast, better than JavaScript. Okay, jQuery also simplifies a lot of complicated things. jQuery simplifies a lot of complicated things. Complicated things like uh, Ajax calls, and DOM manipulation, and CSS manipulation. Okay, and many more. So the main difference between JavaScript and jQuery. Difference between JavaScript and jQuery. So JavaScript is scripting language. JavaScript is scripting language. Scripting language, and it was developed by it was designed for use within web browser. JavaScript scripting language. JavaScript is scripting language, and it was designed for use within a web browser. Okay, web browser. And the jQuery is simply JavaScript specific library of JavaScript code. jQuery is a specific library of JavaScript code. Okay, collection of functions written in JavaScript in single file. Okay, collection of JavaScript functions. So jQuery library contains collection of functions written in JavaScript. So that is called jQuery library. The main features of jQuery is First one, DOM manipulation, DOM or HTML manipulation, and second one, CSS manipulation, and third one, event methods, HTML event methods, and the fourth one, effects and animations, and the fifth one, Ajax. Okay, so these are the main features of jQuery. DOM manipulation. DOM manipulation means uh, so we can find out the HTML elements. Okay, find out the HTML elements through jQuery, and we can manipulate that HTML elements using jQuery. And CSS manipulation also same. So we can apply CSS classes to the HTML elements, and we can remove the classes from the HTML elements through jQuery. And event methods. Event methods nothing but JavaScript events. Okay, so already we know that events in JavaScript. And effects and animations. This is new thing, and Ajax also new thing. So Ajax is the most important concept in jQuery. Okay, so using jQuery, using this feature, we can interact with the remote servers, remote servers to submit data into the database, and also retrieve the data from the database. Okay, from database. Okay, using Ajax, we can interact with the database to insert the data or to read the data from the database. Okay, and we can manipulate the data in the database also. We can insert or we can update, we can delete. Okay, so to use jQuery in our websites, to use jQuery in our websites, in our websites, we need to download jQuery library from jQuery.com website. Okay, jQuery.com website. So there we can find two versions. There we can find two versions. Okay, two versions. That is development version, and second one is production version. Okay, so we can download development version or either production version. Okay, see here jQuery.com website. So download jQuery. So in download page, here you can find this download. Okay, download the compressed production library. You download the uncompressed development jQuery library. Okay, this is development version and this is production version. So you can download either production version or development version. Okay, so most of the developers download production version only. So click on this link. You can download the file jQuery. Okay, 3.2.1.min.js. This is the current version of jQuery 3.2.1. Okay, so for production version you can find min.js. For development version there is no min.js, directly 3.2.1.js. Okay, always use min.js files. So next, if you don't want to download jQuery library, if you don't want to download jQuery library, you can use CDN files. CDN means content delivery network. Content delivery network. Okay, content delivery networks. So content delivery network is so Google, Microsoft, and jQuery sites. They provide um, published jQuery files. Okay, published jQuery files. So no need to download the jQuery library. So we can directly use that path. So here you can find out the CDNs also. Okay, using jQuery with the CDN. So here Google CDN, Microsoft CDN, CDNJ CDN, and JS Delivery CDN. So these websites provide the hosted jQuery libraries. Okay, so directly we can use this script in our websites. If you don't want to download the jQuery library, so directly we can use this script tag in our websites. So all jQuery features we can use in our websites using this script tag. Otherwise, we can download the jQuery library. So on sample page, so create one HTML page, sample page. So when you click on the button, so I want to display current system date and time in alert box using jQuery. Input type equal to button and value equal to display current date. Okay, and ID equal to btn date. Okay, sys date. So use script tag. So first of all, we need to use the jQuery library. So already we download the jQuery library. So we can include that library in our project folder. jQuery min.js. So use this library here using script tag and source equal to jQuery 2.1.min.js. And after that, use script tag. So I want to display current date time when you click on the button. So I will explain this code. Document.ready function btn sysdate dot click function display alert box. Okay, so this is the Java jQuery code to display current system date and time. So when you click on the button, so here document.ready function. So this is the main important function. Okay, before you write the jQuery code. So this is to prevent any jQuery code from running before the document is finished loading. Okay, so without running the jQuery code, without finishing the document loading, so you will get sometimes you will get errors. Okay, uh, so we need to wait. Okay, we need to wait until page has been loaded, fully loaded in the browser. So after that, we can execute the jQuery code. So this statement, okay, this statement prevent any jQuery code from running before the document is finished loading. Okay, so after page has been loaded, so we can execute this code, jQuery code. So and after that, this is the statement. Okay, this is the event, click event is adding this event handler to this button in runtime. Okay, in runtime, this event is adding this to the button in runtime. Okay, this is the event handler. This event handler is adding to this button. Okay, and after that, alert box. So this is the date predefined function. So already we know this function in JavaScript, right? So here, so we are using ID selector. Okay, same like in CSS. Because already we have the selectors in CSS, right? ID selector, class selector, and element selector. In jQuery also same. So for ID selectors, we have to use hash symbol and followed by element ID. And if you are using class selector, use dot symbol and followed by class name. Okay, and directly we can use element name also. So now run this example. So click on this button. Okay, so India standard time is displayed here. So this example is based on download jQuery library. Okay, put this library in comment. So now I don't want to download the jQuery library and I want to use CDN file. So copy this script and use here. Okay, this is already hosted jQuery library. So we can use the all features of this library. Okay, through this path. So now run this example. Same functionality is working. Okay. So this is the syntax of jQuery. So I will explain this jQuery syntax. jQuery syntax. Dollar symbol. First dollar symbol. Uh, dollar sign. And to define the jQuery, define jQuery and selector. So this is the selector. So one second, dollar symbol, selector, and dot action. Okay, so actually this is the syntax of jQuery for any statement. So this is only one syntax. So based on this syntax, we can write jQuery functionality. So this is the selector. Okay, to find HTML elements. Okay, HTML elements and to manipulate. Okay, to manipulate. And finally action method to be performed on HTML elements. Okay, HTML elements. First dollar symbol define the jQuery and selector to find out the HTML elements and the action method to perform on the HTML elements. And for example, if you want to hide the paragraph, when you click on the button, take one button, type equal to button and value equal to hide paragraph. Okay, and ID equal to btn hide. So now in the same script tag, dollar symbol, okay, hash symbol, btn hide dot click. So when you click on this button, execute this function. Okay, this statement is same as function in JavaScript. So when you click on the button, this function is executed. Okay, this is the function. So we can take one paragraph here and paragraph ID or class. Okay, my p is the class name. Style, my p is the class here. Background color red and text color white. Okay, and my p is the class name. So this paragraph contains this information to display in the browser. Okay, so when you click on this button, so we can hide this paragraph. Okay, so already we have this class attribute. So using class selector dot myp dot hide. Okay, this is the simple statement to hide the paragraph. So using class selector. Okay, using class name we can hide the paragraph. So now run this example. So already paragraph is displaying. Okay, with the background color and text color. So when you click on this button, paragraph is hidden. Okay, paragraph is hide. Okay, style equal to display none. CSS property is applied. Okay, internally jQuery add this CSS property to hide the paragraph. Okay, so this is predefined function in jQuery to hide the HTML elements. Okay, any HTML element you can hide using this function, using this method. Okay, this statement is used to hide the elements and to find out the paragraph with the class name myp in the document and apply this action on this element. So this is class selector. Okay. So this is ID selector and this is class selector. Based on the class name, so we had the paragraph. And next, so first ID selector, jQuery ID selector uses the ID attribute of HTML element to find out the to find out to find out specific specific element. So syntax is dollar symbol, dash symbol. Okay, for ID selector use dash symbol and btn hide dot hide method. Okay, and the class selector jQuery class selector use class attribute of HTML element HTML HTML element to find out specific elements. So next element selector use element name to find out HTML elements. So syntax dollar symbol. So directly we can use element names dot hide. Okay, this is the syntax of ID selector, class selector, and element selectors. So for example, here we have uh, two more paragraphs. This is sample paragraph. Okay, and another paragraph here. This is test paragraph. So when you click on another button, okay, we can take another button, element selector. Okay, and the button ID is btn element. So when you click on this button, you find out the paragraphs in the document and hide that paragraph. Dollar symbol hash btn btn element dot click dollar symbol and paragraph dot hide. This statement find out the paragraphs in the document and apply hide method to all the paragraphs. Okay, so we are using element selector so that to find out the all paragraphs in the document. Okay, with find out the all elements in the document with the element name is p, and apply this hide method on paragraphs. So here we have two paragraphs. Okay, for this we have three paragraphs. So hide method apply for all these three paragraphs. Okay, element selector. So three paragraphs is hide. Okay, display and property is applied. Okay, so id selector and class selector and element selector. Okay, class selector is faster than id selector and element selector. Okay, to hide the paragraphs individually, we can use id selector or class selector. Okay, if you want to hide all paragraphs in the document, directly we can use element selector. Okay, if you want to hide only particular paragraph, you can use id selector or class selector. To select all elements in the document. Okay, and another step is to select all elements in the document in HTML in the document. To select all elements in the HTML document, use this selector. Okay, star dot hide method. Okay, so this star find out the all elements in the document and apply hide method. Okay, even button also hide. So if we use here star, okay, we press this. So click on this button. Okay, even button also hidden. So even button also hide and apply style CSS display and properties applied for all elements. Okay, if you use this star, so select all elements in the document and hide all elements. And if you want to select only particular only particular only particular element, you can use this keyword. So here we have this paragraph and the ID is P1, my test paragraph. Okay, so now when you click on this paragraph, okay, when you click on this paragraph will hide using this keyword dollar symbol hash p1 dot click dollar symbol this dot hide. Only particular paragraph will hide. So this keyword select the current HTML element only. So run this example. So this is my test paragraph. Okay, click on this paragraph. Paragraph is hidden. Okay, so you can click on this paragraphs. These paragraphs are not hide. Okay, only this paragraph is hidden. Okay, these are the selectors in JQuery, and the number of selectors is there. The number of syntaxes is there. For example, I have one. We have one link. Okay, with href tag. Okay, with href tag. Go to sample page, and another HTML anchor tag. Href equal to empty. Otherwise, so remove this. Only a tag. My sample link. So within the uh, same function, same event, dollar symbol, href dot hide. Okay, so we have two link elements. Okay, one link element have href attribute, and another link element we don't have href attribute. Two links is there. One link have href attribute, and another link, okay, there is no href attribute. So now run this example. So when you click on this button, select that only. Okay, this paragraph and this anchor tag only hidden. Okay, href display and properties applied, and second link is there, my sample link. Okay, only this element is selected. So like this we have number of selectors